Fake news is a concept that is widely spread across mass media in the world. Today, we'll focus on the fake news in Vietnam's mass media. This news was released in March 2018 by Mrs. Phương Hồng Nhật Lê, who has spread the movement of natural childbirth into Vietnam. She states that giving birth at home without any medical assistance is the best method and breast milk do wonders for treating illnesses. Her purpose was to make Vietnamese women believe natural childbirth is the best method and urge them to register her natural childbirth instruction course. Mrs. Phương Hồng Nhật Lê is the founder of Betty Beauty Breastfeeding Association with more than 250,000 members. She has appeared in many media channels as a specialist in reproductive health. She also held some certificates from international universities and organizations such as Stanford University and UniCEF. However, they turned out to be short-term online courses without validation of reputable research organizations, and she didn't even receive any certificate about natural childbirth at all. Based on Fallis's theory, this case is qualified as disinformation, which is deliberately wrong and spread tactically in order to cause confusion or mislead the audience. Particularly, this news is adaptive disinformation, which is the type of misleading information that brings systematic benefits to the source of news. Why is it qualified as fake news? Firstly, it is inaccurate information, as Mrs. Hom states that breast milk helps babies regrow their fingers and drinking breast milk every day can cure congenital heart disease. She also affirms that dripping breast milk in the baby's eyes for 6 to 10 times a day can cure their sore eyes. She encourages mothers to give birth at home without medical assistance and also not to cut the umbilical cord immediately after the birth, but let it fall off instead. However, those informations were accompanied by scientific data or solid evidences. She combines those facts about natural childbirth and breast milk with her manipulated content to mislead people into false beliefs. Secondly, Mrs. Hom was actively engaged in an attempt to mislead people as she constantly posted alike content on her Facebook page instead of other reputable sites and kept frequent and close interaction with her followers. Due to the agenda-setting effect, people tend to believe her statements and see her as an enthusiastic specialist in the field. Besides that, people are more likely to accept information that confirms their beliefs and dismiss information that does not. Therefore, people who believe in naturalism continue to share without checking the accuracy and reliability. Her ultimate goal was to attract people to participate in her natural childbirth instruction course. She had actively informed people about her 15 million VND course in such confidence of her expertise. Ironically, when the authorities began to investigate her course and question her expertise in reproductive health, she deactivated her Facebook account as well as deleted all the posts on Betty Beauty Breastfeeding Association Facebook page. Obviously, this is her intentional deception, as she tried to hide all of her involvement in publishing inaccurate and misleading information online. With over 250,000 members in her Betty Beauty Breastfeeding Association, Mrs. Hom is a big influencer in the maternal community. When people search the keyword Phương Hồng Nhật Lê natural childbirth on Google, numerous articles discussing about this information appears. Clearly, her misleading information about natural childbirth get massive attention from Vietnamese mass media. On Facebook, there was a rumor that one woman who studied Mrs. Hom's natural childbirth course died while giving birth without any medical support. The case has received lots of attention from both mass media and Vietnamese citizens. Although the rumor was confirmed to be fake news later on, it still shows that reproductive-related news can always draw massive attention and misleading information in this field and has high potential harm for the audience. Doctors have specified that it is not sanitary and safe. Firstly, the risk of postnatal diseases and infection in the mothers is very high due to the lack of aseptic condition at home. Secondly, no vaccination is dangerous for the newborns owing to the high risk of neonatal tetanus, which is one of the leading reasons of infant mortality. So, how can you evaluate information as an audience? It's all about media literacy. You have to understand that not all information is reliable. Whenever you consume media, You should check the reliability by looking at the publisher, author, relevance and credibility of images, reference and third-party validation. Reliable sources will present clearly where they get information and back up their argument with strong evidences, facts, and statistics. Be careful with compelling or shocking headlines. They may be clickbaits full of fake news. At least read everything carefully and don't jump into conclusion by merely looking at the headlines. Use fact-check sites such as FactChecked, Media Matters, PolitiFact, Snopes, and so on. Combating fake news is a joint effort, so, along with media literacy from the audience, government and administrative organizations should consider making specific regulations and policies on filtering and censoring content to prevent disinformation and misinformation. Vietnam can take Belarus and Cambodia as reference of applying censorship and punishing fake news creators and apply it on Vietnamese mass media. The Vietnamese government can set up a task force to identify fake news just like Denmark did. They can also combine it with special movements to improve citizens' information literacy by organizing workshops about news evaluation. A reliable fact-checking website in Vietnamese is also a necessity. To conclude, Vietnam is still in the early stage of combating fake news, and only when the audience and administrative system cooperate will Vietnam mass media stand a chance to win this tough fight.